Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I am Jacob.
And I'm Joey.
Yep, so today I'm here with Joey to talk about a lot of good stuff going on we have at EVGA and some upcoming things. You may notice this is a different room. We did relocate to a different place, basically, so it's a lot easier for us to do streams now because we don't have to build up our system every time. We were doing it in just a room that was used for other purposes sometimes, so it was kind of a challenge. So now we have a dedicated room here for streaming.
Yeah, and along with that, hopefully we'll be streaming during the Pot of Gold event. That's the EVGA gaming event that's currently going on that ends March 31st at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. So if you play on any EVGA gaming server, whether it's Hardline, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 if you're in Europe, Source Games, Team Fortress 2, CSGO, Left 4 Dead, you'd be eligible for a chance to win any of our prizes on the list. We got 3 separate tiers. 5 hours will pretty much optimize your chance for winning the best prizes.
Yep, and we also have a torque giveaway going on as well. Where's that located at?
It's at evgagaming.com. Should be the first link on the page. You visit, answer one of the questions in the comment section. At the end of the week, I believe it's 6 days, we'll go ahead and 5 lucky winners will actually get a Torque X10 mouse.
It's pretty good. So when does that end?
It's in 6 days.
Okay.
So it's running we generally run them for about a week. Like I said, go to evgagaming.com. Article page is right there. All you gotta do is leave a comment and you get a chance to win an awesome gaming mouse.
Oh, somebody asked why we have a GTX 480 here. So I forgot to mention at the very beginning. So we're going to be giving this away to some lucky person on the podcast. The reason why we're giving away GTX 480 is today is Throwback Thursday. So in honor of everything throwback, we have a GTX 480 here for giveaway. So the way it's going to work is we're going to post a question into the chat at some random time. We are not announcing when that'll be, but just keep your eyes open on the chat. We'll ask a question. First person to get it right will be the lucky winner of this lovely GTX 480 with 1.5 gigabytes of memory. PCI Express 2.0.
Old school.
Yep. Brand new in the box, never opened. Let's see what else we got here. So we had a couple of products launching that were announced this week. One of them is the GTX 980 hybrid card. So we have one here. We talked a little bit about this last week on the podcast, but this is kind of the final version. You can see it comes with a backplate on there as well. It's an all-in-one cooling solution for the GTX 980. It drastically reduces the temperatures by around 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. So there's a review by Jay's 2 Cents, who is popular on YouTube, and I encourage anybody who's interested, I encourage to check it out. So this one actually is available. It's available now. There was availability at EVGA.com, but they sold out pretty quick. But I think there's still some in stock at Newegg, at least at the time of this podcast there are. You'll see more availability next week and in the coming days as well. Make
sure to check out Jacob's unboxing video as well on YouTube.
I did an unboxing video.
Team EVGA on YouTube.
So youtube.com/Team EVGA, and then for Jay's 2 Cents, that's youtube.com/JAYZ 2 Cents, TWOCNTS. What else did we have?
What else do we have launching this week?
Somebody asked if there's going to be retrofitting kits for the cooler on 680 and 780. It can actually, so the cooler itself, I don't have a disassembled model here, but the GPU cooler itself can fit on a lot of cards other than the GTX 980. Actually, there's the biggest challenge you'll run into is the shroud. So most of these cards will need a custom shroud. So the reason for the custom shroud is you have the tubing coming out the top. So it's possible that you could make this fit on other cards. For example, this does fit on the GTX, the Titan X, the new card that was just announced. The problem is the shroud. The shroud is a little bit different because the Titan X has an 8-pin and a 6-pin power connector up there. So that poses a little bit. But if you're handy with a Dremel, then you could probably make it work. Right now, we only have plans on the GTX 980, but we may expand it to future models if there's certainly if there's demand.
Don't we also have a couple of power supplies coming out this week?
Yeah, so we also announced, again, we talked a little bit about this last week on the podcast, but we officially announced the 550 and 650 GS power supplies. They're right around $99, $89, I think, for those, and they offer a lot of the features that we offer on some of the higher end models, like the Eco Mode, which shuts the fan off when the system is idle. So, like if you're just browsing the web, the fan will shut off, and they're very efficient as well. Actually, PC Perspective has a review of both of those models, which it scored very well. I encourage you to check out www.pcper.com if you want to see those reviews. Good price for what you get in there.
Because they're also gold rated efficiency and fully modular.
Yeah, fully modular, gold rated efficiency. So somebody else asked if we will sell the kits with a cooler and a custom shroud. So yes, we do actually sell it on our website today. It's $99. It includes the entire cooling solution plus the shroud. It fits GTX 980 reference cards and, well, basically any 980 reference cards.
Yeah.
It does not fit the ACX 2.0 models because if you see, it actually still uses the original fan that's on the reference cooler, so you kind of still need that in order to make it work. But if you have a reference GTX 980, then chances are it'll work perfectly fine.
So any blower style 980 pretty much will cover it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the Titan, the ones that look like the Titan style with the metal shroud, those ones work. And also, we also had another version of a blower shroud which looked similar to that card, but obviously no water cooler. That one will work as well. So let's see. We also had, so in some gaming news, I guess, we can talk about. So there was an update for Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Well, kind of an update.
Community mod update.
It was a community update, I guess you could call it. And it's kind of a funny name. It's called Half-Life 2 Update. That's what it's called. Basically what it does is improves a lot of the lighting and shadows and various other graphical aspects of Half-Life 2.
There's various bug fixes. Yeah. They're upgrading the lighting, shadows, adding fog effects.
Oh, yeah, fog effects, yeah.
And then there's what was it called? Commentary mode.
Yeah, they added like some commentary from YouTube guys. It seemed like.
Yeah, there's Did You Know Gaming, voices actors on there, and then also in-game actors. You go to the node and it pretty much tells you a tidbit about the game in that specific area, and why Valve stopped it or why it got taken out of the finalized game. Yeah.
So it's been a very long time since I've played Half-Life 2.
Well, the best part, it's free.
It's a free update, and we actually did. You'll notice the EVGA is listed as a sponsor on there. Us, NVIDIA, Origin PC. So we helped out a little bit with the hardware during the development with some of the guys during this update.
It's about a 7 gig update, I believe, too.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
For free, why not, right?
Yeah, and it's free, so why not? And it makes Half-Life 2 look better, which was a great game. But like I said, it's been a long time since I played that. But I probably should try it out again.
They're bringing the crowbar back too. They're bringing the crowbar back.
Crowbar was always there, no?
I don't know. They said in the community mod that they're bringing it back, so maybe not.
So Half-Life 2, great game. Half-Life 1, great game as well. But a little bit old. Still waiting for Half-Life 3. We'll see. See if that ever happens.
Never.
Funnily enough, I found I was just walking around PAX. That was PAX East, right?
Yeah.
Walking around PAX East on one of the upper floors. I come across a DVD jewel box with like Half-Life 3, full printout. Looks like a Half-Life 3 box art. You flip it over. There's text about Half-Life 3, and there's system requirements and all this kind of stuff. I was like, what is this? I don't know where it came from. It was up there. There was a CD in the box, and it just went to some Rickroll thing. But anyway, that was kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever came across anything like that. So
they were popping up all over the place.
Yeah, I saw some other people found them, so somebody was just stashing those around. It seems like.
PAX East troll.
Let's see. We have a question here from Axum. Can't find the question anymore. It looks like we lost it.
I think it was about the step up for.
It was something about PCIe lanes, but Axiom for the win. If you just type your question in again, I guess we'll try to get to it. Let's see, what else do we got? So I guess what we can do is we got a game to play here. Hopefully this works okay.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, okay. Says he has two 780 Ti superclocks, and he's going to be upgrading his platform to X99, but can't decide between the 5820 or the 5930. 5820 only has 28 PCIe lanes and could bottleneck to 16 lanes. To be honest, with the 780 Ti, I don't think you will be bottlenecked with two graphics cards, even if you're running at by 8x performance, because you do have PCI Express 3.0 there, which still gives you a lot of memory bandwidth. If you're looking for future use, I would probably go with something that can get you 2x16s, especially if you're going to keep the platform for 3-4 years. You know, and as you upgrade graphics cards, future graphics cards will certainly, and future games will certainly take more advantage of the additional PCI Express bandwidth that you have there. All right, so let's jump into our game. So the game we have today is a game that is in early access, and what it is called Toxic, with 2 Ks and a period. I'm not sure why it has the 2 Ks there, and if there sounds off or anything, please let us know. So we're going to try to join a multiplayer map here if we can find one. So here's one here, and what this is another kind of Unreal Tournament type game. We played Unreal Tournament last week, and I was like, maybe we should try Toxic. So this is Toxic. So let's just play this for a little bit. So you can see a very Unreal Tournament-like. Even has all the dashing and double jumping and all that kind of stuff that you get out of there. So see, this is like some sort of rocket launcher. So anything could happen. This is multiplayer.
Already dead.
So I already died within 2 minutes. So let's see how good I can do here.
Not very good.
Not very good so far. I played this very briefly, but I've been pretty addicted to the new Unreal Tournament that came out. But this is very similar. It does run quite good. It's Unreal Engine 3. Let me see if I can get this guy. Nope. I don't think it's so good. I don't think it's Unreal Engine 4. I believe it's Unreal Engine 3. But even with that being said, it still looks really good.
It's pretty smooth.
It runs really good, which is nice to see. You know, Unreal Tournament also runs quite good as well, considering that it's Unreal Engine 4. Can't find a good gun, huh?
There you go.
Well, one of the nice things is it shows you where all the weapon respawns are. It shows you a timer on there. It'll show you how long. I think Unreal Tournament has that as well. So you can see this one. I got 3 seconds if I can just camp around here. I'm not sure what kind of gun this is. There we go. So we got a rocket launcher. So all of these have alt fire. So this looks like, I'm not sure what the alt fire does. Like it paints like it's like a laser pointer or something. So did you ever play like any of the Unreal Tournament games or Quake games?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Like old school.
Got a guy in there. Yeah. Me too. Quake 3, Unreal Tournament 2003, 2004, Unreal Tournament 3. I was a pretty big Quake 3 guy way back in the day.
It's just been all about Hardline for right now.
Yeah, I have not tried Hardline yet. Well, I guess I died. I got 1 kill, so that's better than nothing, but not too great. Alright, so let's go back here. Alright, so that's Toxic with 2 Ks. A lot of arena shooters coming out lately. We have Toxic, Unreal Tournament, and then we have Cliffy B's new game that's coming out as well pretty soon, which he hasn't talked too much about, but that one, looking forward to seeing that one as well. So a couple other things that happened. We had a 3D Mark update today, and what this was an update for 3D Mark. It added a new game test. It's a DirectX 12. API, it wasn't called game test. It was called like feature test. Mm-hmm. And so what it is a DirectX 12 feature test. So it tests. So obviously you need Windows 10, mm-hmm. and you need the Windows drivers, not the drivers you download from EVGA or NVIDIA.com. You need the drivers that come from Windows Update.
Okay.
349 something or other. and that'll give you all the bits and pieces you need to be able to run the DirectX 12 feature test. So what it does is it runs DirectX 11 single thread, DirectX 11 multi-thread, and it even has a mantle if you have that API, and DirectX 12. So what it shows you is the performance you get, DirectX 11, DirectX 12, and the DirectX 12 for this particular feature set is significantly faster.
Oh, definitely. I think they did the test for the GTX 980. DirectX 11 was around 2.6 million draws, and then DirectX 12 test, it was like 15.6 million.
So in this particular test is testing draw calls,
Yeah.
and that is one of the areas that the new DirectX 12 really tries to address, and it was a limitation of all the previous DirectX, DirectX 11, 10. So DirectX 12 is looking pretty promising. Obviously, it's already up and running. I mean, it's free. Anybody can get it today. Windows 10 is a beta right now, but it's free. And obviously the update is free if you own 3D Mark. So yeah, it's working. It works pretty good. The only thing is we're working on some OSD stuff for DirectX 12. So hopefully we can get Precision OSD working with DirectX 12 pretty soon.
Well, DirectX 12 too, the nice thing about the test is it seems to benefit the mid-range cards, because they did a 960 test and it averaged out about 9.6 million draws. But then the review I was watching, they decided to bump up the overclock, and it was comparable to a 980.
Saw that at a PC Perspective, I think it was. They overclocked the 960, and in this particular test, when they overclocked the 960, it actually matched the 980 in draw calls.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting result. Obviously, when we have actual DirectX 12 games, there's going to be a lot more to it than just draw calls, and so with DirectX 12 games, obviously, it probably will not be that same result. But it's a very interesting. That's a very interesting test and a very interesting finding from our friends over at PC Perspective. But I'm looking forward to more DirectX 12 stuff.
Well, yeah, they're giving more access to the developers, so hopefully we can see some good stuff coming from it.
And I think one of the best things is that Windows 10 is free for Windows 8 owners. I think even Windows 7 owners, right?
For the first year.
For the first year. So that means that there will be a pretty large DirectX 12 user base because the update is free. I mean, it would make sense to update to Windows 10, and so that'll give DirectX 12 to a pretty wide user base, and that'll be a pretty big target for game developers,
Exactly.
who are looking to add DirectX 12. So what else do we have? I think one of the last things that we have on our list here is the Witcher 3 bundle.
Yep.
So that game launches in May, I think it is.
May 19th? I think it's May 19th.
So it's 960, 970, 980, I think it is, right? So GTX 960, 970, 980, you buy one of those, you get Witcher 3.
As long as it's from a participating partner, or you get the code directly from us if you buy at EVGA.com.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of people are really looking forward to that game. It looks really good. I've seen it running several times at, I don't know where, PAX maybe? I'm not sure. Several shows, and it looks really, really good.
It's DRM free.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to see NVIDIA migrate away, but the download comes straight from GOG.
Yeah, it's Good Old Games, which is, I know a lot of people like that service. So let's see if we have any questions in here that we missed.
There was one about the Titan X. Something about elaborating on the
so
memory.
somebody asked if we have Step Up for the hybrid card. Products that are made available on Step Up are made available based on availability. And the hybrid card right now is pretty limited in terms of availability since it just launched. So unfortunately, it's not available for Step Up. But it may in the future, or it may not in the future. It really depends on the availability of the product. So that's why you don't see that product, and some of the more like special type, you don't see water block cards on there or Titan products because of the very limited availability. Somebody asked about the Titan X system memory requirement. We've actually been working on this one for some time. And the recommended is 24 gigabytes for Titan X, and that is because of the swap file that's needed. If you do end up utilizing all 12 gigabytes of frame buffer on the card. I mean, it has a huge frame buffer.
Yeah.
But the chances are of you using that much memory is pretty slim, right?
4K surround.
Yeah. I don't even think 4K surround. I really doubt you could even use that much. I mean, maybe in the future at some time, but you have to think at that time, 24 or 48 gigs will probably be standard, right? So in most cases, it'll work perfectly fine with lower memory counts. But if you do want to utilize the full frame buffer available on the graphics card, like if you're doing 4K surround, then you maybe want to make sure that you have the recommended memory requirement on the Titan X. How's Windows 10? It's really good. I love it. Have you used Windows 10?
No, I'm still on 8.1.
It's really good.
It's a gaming event. Can't upgrade yet.
Yeah, it's quite good. Obviously they brought back the start menu, but it brings back all the great stuff from Windows 8.1, which is like the tasks. My favorite thing is the task manager, I think.
Yeah.
But they obviously added back the start menu. It has DirectX 12, and it's quite solid, really. It runs very smooth. It doesn't crash. It's pretty solid.
It's actually having a really good beta run.
And I think they announced that it's going to be available in summer.
That's what we're looking at.
So,
or everybody's looking at.
That's pretty soon. Somebody asked. I think that's about.
I think Bio wants your shirt.
Yeah, I really like this shirt. This is a pretty awesome shirt. I got it at GTC.
Oh, it's NVIDIA shirt. So it's not ours.
Yeah, it's NVIDIA shirt. Yeah. Somebody said he likes the sleeved hybrid tubes. Yeah, very nice. So that's one of the features that we really wanted to implement on the cooler, was to have really nice looking tubing. So
not only are they're good looking, the quality's there, and they're flexible.
They're really flexible. Yeah, much more flexible than like your standard tubing. It works quite well.
You can pretty much mount that in anywhere in your case that you want.
Yeah, like I was running this thing overclocked at like 1550 megahertz, and it was doing like 45 degrees Celsius under full load, which is pretty outstanding. But it just goes to show you that, Maxwell is such a power efficient card that even though the radiator is relatively small, it's a 120 millimeter radiator, even considering that it's not a 240 or anything like that, it's still able to keep the GPU at like 45 degrees Celsius, which is, the Maxwell is such an efficient GPU that...
That's great, especially for being under load.
Yeah, that's very good. Is a bigger radiator possible in the hybrid? Not really. I mean, it's possible. We could do it. Obviously, it would need an entire new... because it's completely enclosed, so you can't like take it apart and put a new radiator on there, but... we may look at a larger radiator in the future if there's demand for it. Obviously, 120 gives you the most compatibility with chassis, which is very important. But we'll see.
Have we thrown this one to the Hadron?
Nah, we haven't tried it in the Hadron. I think it should fit. Obviously, the Hadron is our really small mini ITX chassis. I think it should fit fine in there, and I think it will obviously work quite well. You should try it. I think that's about it, right? So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you like our new podcast room. Hopefully the new time slot is okay. What was that? Oh, that's right. We didn't do the 480 question. Okay.
Now everybody's prepared.
All right, so we'll do that right now.
Get your keyboards ready.
Yeah, but there's a time lag, so that's why we're doing it on the chat and not actually saying it. So there's the question. So we'll see who gets this. Good thing you reminded me on that one.
That could have been better.
We're gonna have to come back and do a giveaway 2 next week. So nobody's answered it yet.
It's quiet, but I can hear everybody Googling.
No,
not 2007.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go, winner.
2010. LY Lycan Gaming. So I'm going to put an email address in here. So at evga.com, and we will get your brand new in the box, new for 2010 GTX 480. All right, so I think that about wraps it up here.
Yeah.
So our new time is Thursdays, 3 p.m., provided we don't have any other emergencies or
Technical difficulties
with like we almost had today, or shows, And in fact, we don't have a show for a while, actually. I think there's QuakeCon coming up in the summer, and
I think Prime's our next big one.
Yeah, PAX Prime is right after QuakeCon, I believe. It's like August, right? Is that right?
I have to double check.
I'm pretty sure it's August. So, anyways, thanks again. We'll see you next time.